Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 3 of WBE. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Atlanta Umbreons in our week 3 showdown. If you guys are hyped for this match, show some love on that like button down below, and definitely be subscribed if you are new. Of course, you can check out my opponent Christian's channel. He's sitting at 0-2, and we are 1-1 after a tough match last week against Envy. If you didn't see our team builder, you can check that out in the description below. And last but not least, you may know see a new addition to the team, which is Drapion. Drapion was not previously on the team, but I did drop Archeops for Drapion. Let me know what you think about that and how it kind of molds with the team in the comment section below. That's our question of the day. Otherwise, I'm gonna get connected with Christian here. It should be a pretty good matchup. He's got a very scary team, and I'm a little bit nervous about that Zoroark and some of his bigger threats like the Gardevoir and the Zapdos. But I do think we built a pretty cool team, including Gyro Ball over Uniclus. So hopefully the heat kind of works out for us and we're able to pick up a W this week. But let me get connected here and we'll find out what he is bringing. Alright guys, we are connected here with Christian. Let's find out exactly which 6 he is going to be bringing. Definitely expecting Mega Gardevoir, Zapdos, probably Garchomp. He could bring Toxapex as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hitmonchan or Decidueye. I'm a little nervous about something like an Aselgor, believe it or not. That thing is so fast and it just outspeeds my entire team. So, you know, the less things that can threaten, you know, from the special side are probably good, because I'm going to be pressured a lot with that Gardevoir to begin with. So, let's see what he brings here. He is going to bring pretty much what I expected. Did I get it exactly right? Gardevoir, Zoroark, Aselgor, Miltank, Garchomp, Zapdos. Okay, so we actually got it exactly right. So, in terms of his lead, I could see one of two things, right? They're one of maybe a couple things. Miltank, Garchomp, Aselgor, and Zoroark would be his most likely leads. In those situations, Empoleon looks good against a couple of them. Vikavolt actually looks good against really all of them. You know, max special attack, timid Zoroark with Flamethrower can do a tremendous amount to my Vikavolts, which is a bit annoying. But generally, Vikavolt does match up pretty well against all those Pokemon I mentioned. So I do kind of like my Vikavolt matchup this week. And it's less important, I would say. I mean, getting up rocks is going to be pretty clutch, but he does have the Aselgor. So I feel like I do want to lead with my Vikavolt this week. Let me just see what, like, Aselgor is doing to me. I mean, he can't one-shot me, and I can potentially one-shot him with a Thunderbolt. So, he's not going to have Focus Sash anyway. I guess if he doesn't have Focus Sash, he really isn't doing too much to me. So I'm going to lead with my Vikavolt here. I think that's a good lead. Yeah, if he's, like, just offensive, you know, he might not be able to two-shot me. So, you know, if he doesn't have offensive boosting item, if he does, he's going to be able to really hurt us. But I can Volt Switch out on the Aselgor and go into something else. Potentially Drapion or something like that. So we'll kind of work around that. He seems to be debating his lead here. If he leads Miltank, I could just Thunderbolt. So, and if he leads Zoroark again, we can Thunderbolt too. So, you know, Zoroark is really not going to want to take a Thunderbolt. He's obviously got to fear the Bug Buzz too, which I don't have. So, Thunderbolt is really kind of my play. So let's see what he leads with here. I gotta be very, very cautious of what this Zoroark is going to be disguised as. That's going to be really key here, to make sure I really recognize that as soon as possible. He's going to lead with Casey, which is going to be the Miltank. Okay, so that's fine by me. He's probably going to take this opportunity to get up rocks. My play is 1,000,000% to just Thunderbolt here on turn 1. I immediately pressure the Miltank with a Thunderbolt. I can find out if he's, you know, offensive or defensive or whatever it may be. And we should be doing about half, maybe a little bit more. And we can find out what this thing is rocking. So, and the most thing he could really do to me is Body Slam or something like that. So we can really pressure him with Thunderbolt here. And if it is the Zoroark, like I said, we should be able to one-shot him with a Thunderbolt anyway. So, you know, and I should be able to live a Flamethrower. We have, like I said, max special attack, timid, Life Orb, Flamethrower has like a 12% chance to one-shot us. So, and that's, you know, I feel like he would more likely be physical anyway, or at least mixed. So the chance of him, you know, being fully offensively specially invested, I feel like is less likely. So, Miltank out here though, we'll find out. You know, I feel like he just rocks, like he just stealth rocks. But I pressure his team a lot with Thunderbolt, so I really like that as an option. So if he rocks and I can do like 60% to him, then he can try to Milk Drink, but we can just continuously pressure him with Thunderbolt and then pressure the potential Garchomp with HP Ice if that comes in on a Thunderbolt. So we've got a few different options there. You know, Empoleon would have been nice because I could have set Stealth Rocks, but at the same time, like, we end up in a game where he's likely faster than he definitely isn't faster. So he does just set up Stealth Rock. So this is 1,000,000% his Miltank, and we'll see if he's physically defensive or specially defensive based on this damage. Hopefully this is going to do over half to him. because that'll indicate that he's physically defensive, and it does. So he is definitely physically defensive, and we see leftovers. So that's actually really good for us. And now we've officially pressured this thing. He can either switch out. I'm Thunderbolting again. I have nothing to lose here by clicking Thunderbolt. If he goes Garchomp, I have Hidden Power Ice for that thing, so I'm really not concerned. He very well could go Garchomp here, but again, Hidden Power Ice really pressures that. So if Vikavolt can continuously pressure his team, that's going to be really good. And he's sitting at about 40% now. So, you know, we've already really weakened this Miltank. And while he does have Rocks up, which are annoying, I do have Defog and Polion. So we'll see what he does here. He might go for a Body Slam. He may just go for a Milk Drink and try to see what he can do in terms of stalling turns, but I think that's a waste. And he also could go Garchomp, but again, I have the HP Ice, so if he goes Garchomp, I mean, I can immediately try to knock that thing out. And if he, you know, he goes Garchomp here on a Thunderbolt and I HP Ice and he switches out to Scout it, then so be it, you know what I mean? Like, I still will have a full health Vikavolt at that point, which can continuously fire off, you know, Thunderbolts or whatever. So, because even, like I said, Gardevoir doesn't really want to take it. And at this range, he's got to be worried about a Bug Buzz, too. Like, that's the other thing. You know, Garchomp isn't necessarily a free switch-in when I can just Bug Buzz. So he does switch out here. Does he go Garchomp or not? He's going to go into Rex, so he does go Garchomp. I really wanted the HP Ice there to kind of scout this Chomp out, but that's okay. I felt like he was likely to save it, but again, I just didn't want to risk it. Garchomp here, if it goes for a Stone Edge, that's really the hardest thing he can hit me with. Does not knock me out, so we are going to go for Hidden Power Ice here. Again, I'm making very, very straightforward plays at the beginning of this match to kind of scout out his team. Vikavolt much so pressures him, so he is going to go for the Flamethrower here. That means he has HP Ice as well. This shouldn't do very much to us, though. So it's a little over half, a little more than half. He gets a crit, though. That crit was actually kind of big, but this should knock him out unless he's very bulky Garchomp. And it just knocks him out. So we got rid of the Garchomp, which is huge for us. That actually could have been... That was not Zoroark. Okay. So Vikavolt kills Garchomp with HP Ice. So Vikavolt has already done an amazing job here getting rid of that Garchomp. So he had HP Ice in his Garchomp. He was specially offensive. Okay. So good news there from Vikavolt. Good job there. So now that Garchomp's gone, I mean, I could definitely go into my Empoleon and potentially go for, you know, a Defog or something like that. Try to get rid of these rocks. I feel like here he likely goes into Gardevoir to pressure me or Zoroark. Here comes Kaminari, which is what? The Zapdos. Okay, does Zapdos even... Is this Zapdos or is it Zoroark? That is the question. I feel like this is probably Zoroark. I'm gonna switch out and I'm gonna go into Brosiding because I don't actually think it's Zapdos. I think it's Zoroark. And by going into Brosiding, he's not gonna go for an electric move anyway. He either U-turns out or he goes for the knockoff. So I feel like going into Brosiding here is a safe play or a good middle ground play to potentially get a Defog off. Let's see what he goes for here. He goes for the Heat Wave. Okay, so he is the Zapdos then, but he's carrying Heat Wave. Okay, that's fine. So that's good information for me. Now, can I live given that damage? He's got Heat Wave on his Zapdos. So this is definitely the Zapdos. Can I live? Let me see here. That Heat Wave did a good amount of damage. He was definitely offensive. So I'm at, let's see here. I'm at 130 out of 191, which puts me at 68%, which means we lost 32%, which means that he did 26% to me. That's what all that means, 26%, which means he's definitely offensive in some ways, and I can't live a Thunderbolt. I cannot live a Thunderbolt, but he did a lot of damage to me. So I can go into my Reuniclus here, and I can take a hit and I can knock off something, which seems like an okay play. I am Assault Vest, so I think I gotta do that. The other option is going into my Landorus, but I don't think that that's the good play. I gotta be able to get this thing into Defog, so let's go into our Reuniclus here, I think. He could be modest. Alright, I think I gotta go Reuniclus here. This is kind of a tough play because I feel like he's gonna go for an electric move. And I'm a little nervous to try to scout out his set here because I do want to Defog, but I can't risk it. He goes to the T-Bolt. Okay, I should be able to eat this. And I do. Okay. All right, here we're gonna go for knockoff. I'm pretty sure is my best play. I want to get rid of whatever item this thing is rocking, or whatever he switches in, whether it's the leftovers in the mill tank or whatever it is. And if he goes Gardevoir, then I mean I do have the ability to gyro ball it, so. And the thing is, Gardevoir is forced to, you know, hit a focus blast against me. So I do want to get rid of whatever item this thing has. So if he does want to keep pressuring me here, I feel like he just U-turns, but it's definitely an offensive Zapdos. He does just switch out, which means he likely doesn't have U-turn. He's probably got HP Ice, and he goes into Ochakao, which is the Gardevoir. Okay, so I really wanted to Gyro Ball, but we didn't make those predictions. So we'll see how much this knockoff does. Doesn't do too much. That's the Zoroark. Okay, so we got rid of whatever item the Zoroark had, which was a Life Orb. Okay, so that's actually really good. We got rid of the Zoroark's Life Orb. He very well may have Pursuit. I have to just make the switch into Burst Side in here, I think. This is tough because I really need to be able to, I think I gotta go Burst Side in here. Yeah, I hope he doesn't Pursuit. But I think I can live one anyway. I can't risk it, so I have to really switch out here, I think. If he Pursuits, like losing his Life Orb is big. He doesn't Pursuit. Okay, good. He likely goes for Knockoff or Dark Pulse. But Bursiding can take one hit. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for Knockoff. Okay. That does so much, dude. That does so much. Alright, well, I'm in a situation where I'm not going to be able to get my hazards removed. I'm going to go for the Defog and just hope. But he would knock us out with anything at this point. The good news is, though, I can get my Ninetales in and start to pressure him. Because his switch-ins are very limited. In fact, he has, like, Ninetales gets a kill every time it comes in at this point in the match. Which is good. And now I know that the Zoroark's disguise is broken too, which is really nice. So Zoroark was disguised as Gardevoir, which is interesting. I would love to get a Defog off somehow, but I feel like he just knocks me out here, unfortunately. Which is a bummer, but I felt like, I mean, the other play I could have went Vikavolt and sacked off Vikavolt there. But either way, Ninetales does come in and immediately pressures him, so like I just click Blizzard. He has nothing to switch in. He does go for the low kick, so he shows low kick, which I figured he would have anyway. So Zoroark's got low kick. And again, I just go Ninetales now. Let me just make a note of that. So Zoro kills Empoleon with low kick. And I believe Ninetales just comes in. Let me just double check if Blizzard one-shots this thing. Blizzard should knock him out in one shot. Moonblast definitely does. It's just a matter of whether I want to do one or the other. But either way, like Emma Frost comes in and I can Moonblast. So it's gonna knock out pretty much anything. So we do take rocks damage, which is very annoying though. But I get the hail up and I immediately pressure with Moonblast. I mean, Blizzard does knock him out. Blizzard does 99 to 118 and he took like 5 or 6%. So Blizzard definitely knocks him out. I just don't know whether I want a Blizzard. I know the Zapdos isn't Scarfed, so I know he doesn't have a Scarfer at this point either, because the Selgor wouldn't be Scarfed. So I guess the question is, how much am I doing to a Selgor? You know, a Selgor is not going down to a Moonblast, but to a Blizzard it could. And then Miltank, like I'm definitely knocking out Miltank. I know he's physically defensive. Blizzard probably isn't doing enough, so I'm gonna Moonblast in case he goes Miltank. And I could Nasty Plot here, but because he has the Aselgor, I don't feel like there's a point to Nasty Plotting at this point in the match. So he's going to switch out, so I'm going to Moonblast off likely the Miltank. Yeah, here comes the Miltank. So Ninetales kills Miltank with Moonblast. So the reason why I did that is because I wanted to reduce the amount of Life Orb damage I took here. So by going for Moonblast, I guarantee that I knock that thing out, which is pretty solid. So Aselgor is going to come in now, and I pretty much have to sack off my, here comes McQueen, which is the Aselgor, so I pretty much have to sack off my Vikavolt at this point in the match. That's our 100% our best play, is to sack off Vikavolt here. Because he is obviously faster, he's probably got the Sludge Bomb. And then Drapion comes in and it pressures with Poison Jab, so that's really good. I mean, we're in kind of a weird spot. but Ninetales gets a kill every time it comes in. I have to make sure my Drapion stays healthy though, as long as the Selgor is alive, because the Selgor can actually beat my entire team. So that's something we do have to keep in mind. But I'm 1,000,000% just going into my Vikavolt here and sacking it off at this point in the match. And then I can get my Drapion in. And again, Drapion is so important for this Selgor. It's my only way to really deal with it. So I pretty much have to, you know, and I can click knockoff actually, you know, or poison jab, like either one. Poison jab's probably a little bit better though, because I have the chance of poisoning the Zapdos. So, but this is gonna be tricky, man, because I gotta play around that Zapdos. And if I can get a rock polish up with my Landorus, we're gonna be in really good shape. But there's not really anything that I can set up on that I can envision right now. Like, I don't think, you know, I can live a Hyper Voice from a Gardevoir. Actually, I could, and I don't feel like he runs HP Ice. So if Gardevoir comes in, I may be able to set up the rock polish on the Gardevoir. Maybe he sacks off the Gardevoir, goes Zapdos. So let's go into Vikavolt here. He likely Sludge Bombs and kills me here. We'll find out if he's Life Orb or not from this. Or Specs or some sort of variation like that. He goes for the Hidden Power. So Hidden Power Ice, it looks like. That'll knock us out. So a Selgor kills Vikavolt with HP. Hidden Power. And he does show the Life Orb. Okay, so we know he's Life Orb. And he knows he has Hidden Power. Okay, so one thing that I'm really concerned about, I have to go Drapion here, so I'm just going to wait a second and kind of see if I can make him think about his move. I'm 1,000,000% going Drapion here. I know he's Life Orb. So Drapion can eat a hit here, and Knockoff or Poison Jab are my best plays. I feel like Poison Jab is the best play, although knocking off Zapdos' item would be really, really clutch. But if he goes Gardevoir, I want to be able to Poison Jab it, although I don't feel like he would go Gardevoir. I'm going to give it another minute here while I think about this. The only thing that really concerns me is if he goes Zapdos and I get poisoned, or I get staticked. But I still feel like Poison Jab is my best play. A 30% chance to knock him out. And he's going to take 10% from Life Orb. Poison Jab does 75 to 89, plus he takes hail damage. That should definitely knock him out with a Poison Jab. So Poison Jab plus Life Orb plus Hail will knock out this Selgor here. So I think that's my best play. And he may go for a Bug Buzz here and just say, hey, you know what? Bug Buzz against, you know, a non-bulky, Drapion here does a ton. So I'm going to Poison Jab. Like I said, as much as I want to knock off, I feel like Poison Jab is the better play. And, you know, this would kill the, it wouldn't kill the Zoroark, actually. He's going to go for the Bug Buzz, which is great for me. This Poison Jab should kill after Life Orb. We take a tremendous amount of damage there. But after Life Orb and Hail, this will definitely knock him out, I believe. Unless he's got Bulk Investment. And it doesn't knock him out, but he dies to Hail. So a Selgor dies to Hail from Ninetales. Okay, so we got rid of the Selgor, which was the biggest threat to my Ninetales. And now, if I can just get a little damage on the Gardevoir, he actually has no switch-ins to Ninetales. And now that his Selgor is gone, Drapion isn't nearly as important. So basically, I just need to get a little bit of damage on Ninetales, on Gardevoir, so Ninetales can win. But Ninetales beats the Zapdos and the Zoroark. Gardevoir, if it starts setting up Calm Minds, becomes a problem. That's a huge issue. But nevertheless, that's kind of our play. So if he goes Gardevoir here, I'm going to try the Landorus play, because I can just go for Rocky MZ regardless. And I don't feel like he's going to have HP Ice in his Gardevoir. I just don't see why. So here comes Kaminari, which is going to be the Zapdos. I'm going to go for a knockoff here. There's really no reason for me to switch out right now. There's really no reason for me to switch out. I mean, I just don't see the point. If he knocks me out, I get to go and click Blizzard. So let me just make sure my Hail's going to end. I still have 2 turns of Hail, which is kind of annoying. But I'm going to go for the knockoff here. There's a chance I can live this hit. I mean, I am Assault Vest, so, you know, it'd be really epic if we can live this hit from Zapdos. Let's see here. I don't think we do, but maybe. I mean, a Thunderbolt from like a max special attack Zapdos does like 37 to 40, and we're at, you know, probably about 33, so. But again, it brings in my Ninetales, which can just click Blizzard. So And Blizzard should be able to knock out an offensive Zapdos with Blizzard. Yeah, it does. Even max HP Zapdos goes down to Blizzard. The problem is I only have one Blizzard, but it's not that big of a deal because the Hail's going to reset. So I have to work around that. But actually, I could also go Reuniclus, and it seemed like his switch into Reuniclus was the Gardevoir, so I could potentially go for a Gyro Ball. He goes for Tailwind, which I'm a little surprised to see, but not the end of the world. I'm going to get a knockoff here, and I have to just try to stall turns of Tailwind. That did so much. Okay, so now Zapdos has no item, and he is at 45%, so he's very offensive Zapdos. He's trying to go for game here, but I'm not like super concerned at this moment yet, because I still have my Reuniclus, which can Gyro Ball, and it can also Focus Blast. So I have to just stall these turns of Tailwind here. So I'm going to go for Poison Jab in case he roosts. He goes for Heat Wave. I actually might live this, though. That might have been a misplay on his part. No, he does. He does knock me out. Okay. So Zapdos kills Drapion with Heat Wave. Okay. So Zapdos has Heat Wave, T-Bolt, and Tailwind. Okay, this is a very important prediction here. Okay, so I have to definitely go into my Reuniclus, and then I have to decide what my best play with Reuniclus is. He's got to have HP Ice as his last offensive move, so he probably doesn't have Roost. So how much am I doing with a Gyro Ball to Zoroark? Because last time he went Zoroark. I'm not really doing that much to him. It's going to be a game where I'm going to have to sack things off to Zoroark, I think. Kind of tricky. I could also go Jafar right now and scout for the HP Ice, then go back into Nuke, which also stalls turns of Tailwind, which isn't a bad play at all, actually. So let's do that. Let's go to Jafar. That was I was hoping Drapion could live that hit. So let's go to Jafar here, and we know he's offensive. We know he's offensive, so we can actually double out now into Nuke and see if he's got the Hidden Power Ice. He definitely does, because he stayed in. Okay. So he's going to go for the Hidden Power, so we see HP Ice. Alright, so he's got HP Ice, and we've seen his full set now. Okay, so here's the play of the century, man. I gotta go for Focus Blast, predicting the Zoroark, and I gotta hit it. That's my play right now, I think. I think that's my play 1,000,000%, so I'm gonna go for it. That's my play 1,000,000%. He goes Zoroark, I click Focus Blast. And I hit it and knock him out. Reuniclus beats Zapdos, and once Tailwind's gone, Ninetales kind of just does work too, so. But Reuniclus is very important. I gotta hit a Focus Blast right now. I gotta hit a Focus Blast right now. I just have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. We gotta hit a Focus Blast. Because I feel like he goes Zoroark. Like, we know the Zapdos can't, we know the Zapdos can't Roost. And we know it's fully offensive. So, Ninetales still puts a ton of pressure on him. I feel like he goes Zoroark. I gotta hit a Focus Blast, dude. Like, this game I feel like might come down to this turn here. If he goes Gardevoir, then like I have Gyro Ball, so I could just Gyro Ball it. I'm not really concerned. Tailwind Zapdos is a cool play though. Cool set. Alright. He goes for the Heat Wave. Very surprised to see Heat Wave. Okay. Does a decent chunk. He gets a burn, which is kind of annoying. That's actually really, really big. I hit a Focus Blast, but that burn is huge, dude. That burn is tremendous. That burn is tremendous, dude. His Tailwind runs out, which means he has to decide whether he keeps his Tailwind or not. That burn is huge, dude, because it weakens my Gyro Ball. That was my best way to deal with the Gardevoir. I'm gonna switch out here and go into Jafar, because I need to get my Regenerator back. Oh, dude, that burn, man. That burn. He's gonna set Tailwind, I think. I think he sets Tailwind here. I gotta go to Jafar, dude. I gotta get Regenerator back. That burn was huge. That burn was huge. That burn actually probably just costs us the game because now Gyro Ball's not going to do anything to his Gardevoir, man. Oh, dude. Man. Can Ninetales live? Dude, Ninetales is going to be at 50%. He's not living anything, dude. Oh, that kills me, man. That kills me. That kills me, dude. Like, oh. Man. That's painful, dude. That's painful. 10% chance, dude. That's huge. That's huge. That is so huge. Oh. Devastating. Like, honestly devastating. Man. Ugh. Alright, get Regenerator. I go into Jafar. Let's see what he does. He sets Tailwind again. Okay. I basically have to go back into Reuniclus here, I think. I don't think I can win this game now. I think that's it, dude. I think I lost. Do I just sack off Jafar here? Alright, I'm gonna go into Nuke. Try to get to full as high as I can, I guess. That just like messed me so hard, dude. He goes for Hidden Power Ice. Okay, so he doesn't make any predictions. It's fine. And like I'm just like, dude, I take so much damage from everything. Alright, I'm going back into Jafar. Get Regenerator. If he, like, it doesn't matter if he predicts. Like, I have to just keep doing this, man. It's my only chance. He might just go for another Hidden Power Ice here. Yeah, he goes for T-Bolt. Okay. Alright, how many turns of, last turn of Tailwind. Alright. We're gonna Rock Polish and hope he doesn't HP Ice. Come on, don't HP Ice. Predict the Reuniclus again. Predict the Reuniclus, please. It's our only hope to win this game, is he predicts Reuniclus right now. And goes for T-Bolt or Heat Wave. There's a chance. I don't know. It comes down to that. It comes down to whether he predicts me to switch out like I have been. If he HPIs, I lose. Ninetales Blizzard Freeze on Gardevoir is one other option to potentially hang in here. He goes for Hidden Power Ice, he wins. Dude. Man. Dude, so annoying to lose this game. It's so annoying to lose this game. Ugh. So annoying, dude. I gotta get an HP Ice Freeze, or a Blizzard Freeze. Or a Moonblast Special Attack Drop, like, I don't know. Blizzard. Man, that's... I mean, he made the right play there. HPS is the right play. At least, like, keep him from setting up Tailwind, but... I mean, maybe it didn't matter, dude, but getting burned was so big because... Again, it makes it so my Reuniclus can't beat Gardevoir now with Gyro Ball, which was the whole plan, like, in case he was Calm Mind. So now he has Zoroark, which could Sucker Punch knock me out. That's an option if he's got Sucker Punch. If he gives Gardevoir here, like I said, I have to go get a Freeze. So, that's the only play, really. I'll double check and just see what the chance of Freeze is. I think it's 10% is our play. He goes into this dude, which is the Gardevoir. Yeah, I think I have to play for the Freeze here. So, let's see here. Freeze Dry is a 10% chance to freeze. And Blizzard, I think, is a 10% chance to freeze, too. So I got a Blizzard Freeze. 10%. That's my only play. So we Blizzard and we go for a Freeze. The other option was maybe getting a special attack drop with Moonblast, allowing Reuniclus to take the hits, but Reuniclus can't beat the Zoroark, so... What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? I need a Blizzard Freeze. That's my only way. I mean, he got a couple crits. He got that burn, maybe. Maybe. Nah, it's game. Hyper Voice. Good game, man. Good game to Christian. Ugh. I'm bummed about that. I'm bummed about that. If I had Trick Room maybe on Reuniclus and I was running Trick Room Reuniclus with Life Orb, but even then he probably has Sucker Punch. I mean, the burn, dude, like, I don't even think I can get this kill here. I don't even think I can get this kill here. It's not, it should do enough. This would be exactly enough to knock him out. Like, it would 100% knock him out, but now I'm not going to because I'm burned. So I even get a worse differential too, which is kind of annoying. But that burn was so clutch, dude. Man. Well, good games, man. I mean, what are you gonna do, dude? I honestly, like, I don't really feel like there was much I could have done there. I'm bummed because I feel like this was definitely a winnable game, dude. I really felt like it was a winnable game. I feel like we had good prep, dude. I feel like that burn was so clutch, dude. Like, it changed the way I had to play the end of the game so much, dude. And it did so much damage to my Reuniclus. But good games to Christian, man. He played well. Tailwind Zapdos is really solid. We're going to lose 2-0. We dropped to 1 and 2. I will try to bounce back next week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one. And be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.